So what was life like growing up in LA, and what inspired you to doing what you're doing, like the path that you've been on, broadcasting, storytelling, and how have you evolved? What inspires you? What was life like?
What inspired me? I think growing up in LA, I grew up during a time where gangs were a big thing. Neighborhood gangs were a big thing. And I would see them all the time. It just was just a part of the lifestyle. And I remember one day there were a bunch of people in the neighborhood. And I don't know where we got this idea, but kids were, you have to find your way for fun if you didn't have activities. And we got this really good idea to start cleaning up the neighborhood. So we grabbed brooms out of our houses and start just sweeping the neighborhood, just cleaning up the streets. And I didn't necessarily live in a bad neighborhood, but it wasn't a great neighborhood. And I remember a news crew came out and they started filming us. And they were saying, look at these kids in the neighborhood, taking back their neighborhood. They created their own story and it was on the local news. And I remember thinking, just as a kid, like, what a great story about my community. Not necessarily in that way, I wasn't as alert, but I remember seeing that there was a difference between gang members being arrested versus what we were trying to do. And in my mind, I realized the power that news had. I was like, you could put anything on if you are a news reporter, if you are a part of the media, you could say and do, you are so powerful. You have these ideas that you can present to the world and say, hey, this is news and it's subjective. It's your thought, but you can put it on TV and people can pay attention. Mm-hmm. I remember thinking, I want to be a news anchor, like this woman in my neighborhood named Angela Black, because she presented the story. It was a beautiful Black woman, and I just loved watching her on TV, and she just seemed to tell only good stories about folks in the hood. And I was like, this is great. This is what I want to do.